In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this cool blender animation. The first thing I did is I deleted the starter cube and spawned in a sphere. I then spawned in a starter cube, sized it, and placed it into position. We now need to enable the add-on. To do this, press Edit, Preferences, go to the Add-ons tab, search Cell, and make sure it's enabled. We now need to set the impact. Grab your annotation pencil, set it to surface, and draw your impact. I'm drawing a smiley face here to show how it works. After setting your cursor back to normal, we now create a collection. Double click on it to name it. We now use the add-on. To do this, click on the object, go to the Object tab, click on Quick Effects, and click Cell Fracture. You now set point source to annotation pencil, and everything else is up to you. You can copy what I do here to get the same effect. The next step is to enter the name of the collection as you see me do and press OK. Once you press OK, the add-on will run. Depending on your computer, this could take a little bit. The next step is to remove the original cube. This can be done by selecting it under Scene Collection and pressing Delete. Now we must apply physics to one of the fragments. Do this by clicking on one piece and applying it rigid physics as you see me do here. We now must apply physics to the entire slab. Do this by clicking on the fragment that already has pre-applied physics, holding shift and dragging over the entire slab. Now go to Object, Rigid Body, and press Copy from Active. Do Calculate Mass as well. In my video, it's set to brick. It doesn't matter what you set it to. We now set the origin. To do this, go to Object, press Set Origin, and press Set Origin to Geometry. Now we can press play and see that physics are working. If you haven't done this yet, you can remove the writing by clicking back on Annotation Pencil, going to Note, and pressing the subtraction. We can now set gravity. You do this by going to the Scene tab and setting it to 0 for now. Now to make our cannonball. In my video, it was custom modeled, which we won't be going over in this tutorial. First, size it up, then go to Physics, press Rigid Body, set Type to Passive, and turn on Animated. We now set keyframes. To do this, click earlier in the video and set a keyframe. Now, move later in the video, move your ball to where you want it to end up, and set another keyframe. There you go, you have the basic physics sim down. In my video, physics speed was turned down. This is how you do that. Now to make it look like my video. My video was rendered in cycles, so first set your render engine to cycles. If you have a GPU, make sure to set it to GPU. If your GPU isn't added, go to Edit, Preferences, System, and make sure your GPU is selected. You can now go to Shader View and get our first look at cycles. This looks pretty bad right now. The first thing to do is set our background brightness to nothing. This can be done as shown here. I then delete the starter light. We now make our cannonball glow. This can be done by going to textures and giving it a new texture. Set it to emission, and then pick up brightness and color. I now do what I did in the video and only make it bright once it hits the object. I do this by making a keyframe of it being 0 before it hits the object, and making a keyframe of it being brighter after it goes through the object. Now to recreate the final effect seen in the video. First spawn in a cube and scale it. And now apply physics to it, setting it as passive but not animated. We now set keyframes to gravity, making it 0 right before when we want it to turn on, and then on. I here accidentally make it upside down, you want it to be negative. You also want to set the speed back to normal using keyframes, making it normal at the same time gravity goes to normal. And this is the final product. If you like, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm working on new Blender videos right now.